We're live. This is so sensitive when you're trying to get it right. All right, good enough. Okay, everybody. I hope you saw my post that I was going to come on at 8 o'clock, and I'm still a little bit late. I apologize for that, but unfortunately, there was an accident on Interstate 79 that involved 7 cars. By the time I got there, there was 2, and they were on the left shoulder, and it wasn't even bad. They were just, fender benders, basically. Hi, Debbie. And, it really upsets sometimes when I think about the way the state police in this state do things, because they're having to block both lanes and everybody's on the shoulder, which is a real discouragement, mainly because when they're doing it, everyone's pulled up. You could leave one lane open, not just the shoulder, especially when there's a 10-mile backup at the end of rush hour. And that's because we had some freak snowstorms come by, and they're probably whiteout situations in a couple of different places. It happens. I get that. But man, why a fire truck has to block both, intersect or both lanes of a interstate highway is beyond me. I've seen less, obstruction whenever a tractor trailer rolled over in a median. So anyway, that's here and there, but that's the reason I'm late for coming on tonight, and I apologize for that. But here we are. We're going to wait for some people to come on, because I know some of you have been waiting for this, because we're going to talk about Ascension symptoms and cures. I did a post yesterday on Facebook and asked how everybody was feeling, if they were having some problems. Headaches, sinus pressure, things like this, and a lot of you responded to that. So obviously it's something that we need to cover here on Raw Light, and that's why I'm here tonight. I wasn't able to get a guest on, but that's okay. This is something that I specialize in anyway as far as energy goes. So I want to kind of break it up in 3 different ways. Number one is, why are we feeling these ailments? Second is, what's the reason for these changes? And how can we lessen or even cure those symptoms? So I'm going to be looking up at the comments and remarks on the Facebook feed. So if you have any questions as I go through this, put them up there, and I'll see if I can't answer them as we're going along. Because like I said, I got a big response from you guys about, everybody's not feeling well. As a matter of fact, the last couple of days, I've had intermittent neck tension. Not pain, just like it would get tense. And I thought, okay, maybe it's because I'm looking down too much, writing or whatever else. So hi to Patrick and Serena and everybody else. But I think what happens is this was also part of it, because I'm not having the headaches or sinus pressure or anything like that, or any kind of things. But I want to ask you, are you having, maybe if it's not physical pain, or are you having mental or emotional pain? In other words, in some of your thoughts, some of the things that, that's worrying you, what's going on this month. We got the the new moon coming in a couple of days. And I'm hoping to get Pam back on so that we can talk about that. And then at the end of the month, when the full moon arrives, we'll get Seraphis back on to once again talk about what that full moon means and the energy that goes with it and how we're supposed to proceed with it. Now, in the meantime, then we also have Mercury going retrograde, I believe, on the 21st. Don't freak out, you guys. It is what it is. You just have to be a little bit more aware and cautious about what you're doing, but don't let it freeze you. You know, a lot of people talk about how bad Mercury retrograde is. I disagree. I think it can be a good time of learning and such. But let's get into this. Let's talk about these symptoms. First of all, the thing that came to me last night as I was talking to Ann about it was that, I look at it like in your spiritual walk, you're sort of like an Olympic athlete or a weightlifter. And, if you're in any kind of sports or know anybody in sports, they always say, no pain, no gain. So to me, in the spiritual realm, in our physical third dimensional bodies, I think that is exactly the way we need to look at it, that we're working towards something. We're going to have to go through a little bit of pain, and it's not all that bad. I'll give you an example. I got a tattoo today. Actually, it's right here. Can't take it off yet. And yeah, it wasn't a lot of pain, but it's annoying. Actually, the tattoo artist did a great job. But I'm going to have it for life, and I'm fine with that. I know what the outcome is going to be. So I want you to try to think about everything that you're going through and changing your perception in like, this is needed. I'm working towards something. I'm a spiritual warrior. And when you get to that point, then you can say, you know what? No pain, no gain. I'm moving on. And that's exactly how we have to look at it. Real quick, let me go to what Gabriel said. I had some slight emotional pain and physical pain, but I found that focusing on the complete acceptance of self and living in accordance to the universe harmony helps. Exactly, Gabriel, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know that we are all in this together, but we all have our individual journeys, and we have to look at it that we're striving to be the best that we possibly can be. And it never, the learning and it never stops. So it's okay. And like I said, we're all in it together. So, that's basically why we're feeling these ailments. And let me ask you something, because this is what I've experienced, what I was going to say about my neck pain. It comes and goes. And I do some clearing and meditation and everything, but I also, just use different methods of, maybe Reiki or different pressure points and things like that on meridians to heal it, and then it'll move. This is so weird. I woke up this morning and right in the very center of my back, not on my spine, but on both sides, all day it's been tight and just like, annoying. It's not real pain. It doesn't cripple me or anything like that, but it's just a pain in the ass. But that is part of what we're all going through. So let me ask you something else along with, is it moving? What about your dreams? How many of you are experiencing dreams that you don't really remember them, but you know that you're going through something and it has meaning to it? And it's okay if you don't remember it, by the way, because that's more for your soul. And it'll come into your consciousness, because in our dream time, we often go there to help correct things and to heal things and so on and so forth. So that's okay. Jasmine, no, I wish I was in Australia. That would be nice. That's one of the places I want to go in the next couple of years. Australia, especially this time of year. Then it wouldn't have snowstorms like we do here today. And so along with the dreams and everything, then I also have to ask you, are you questioning your thoughts that are usually normal? In other words, you're kind of like, you have a thought about something that's like, well, why am I thinking that? Or why am I don't understand why would that matter? That kind of examining your thoughts and examining yourself. And I already asked about the mental and emotional challenges. So all of these different aspects are what we're all going through, and it's all a part of the vibrational change in changing from the the carbon-based DNA physicalness of the third dimension, and accelerating that vibration into the crystalline based DNA and physical that matches up with who we are as a spiritual being, because it's all part of the evolution and the collective consciousness that's going on now. It basically it's a recalibration, and it's a slow process. And I'll get into that in a couple of minutes because it has to be slow and it's like a constant pressure. It's sort of like if you get braces, the dentist can't go in there and correct it overnight. You have to put braces on your teeth and it takes time. Okay? So, let's see. Serena says, I feel like I haven't dreamt in a long time. Trust me, you are. You just don't remember it. Serena says, always questioning myself. Okay? That's what I'm saying about the thoughts and things, And Jasmine says, oh, never mind. I'd love to meet you one day. Love the stuff you do. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I very much appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I love helping you guys out and coming on and doing this show. So, excuse me. Now, what's the reason that all of this is happening? Why is this, this recalibration happening? First of all, let me begin with Mother Earth, Gaia. Forget everything you hear on the news that, there's global warming and there's not enough resources and Mother Earth is suffering and all of this stuff that, and we're going to ruin her. Listen, she's been around a hell of a lot longer than any human species, so it's not a problem. Okay? She can shake us off like fleas off a dog. So she has already gotten to the point in which she is completed the change from carbon-based to crystalline-based. Her energy is here, and like I was telling my tattoo artist, actually, Jay, she's already gone through the process of becoming that crystalline-based. And with her magnetic field, if you ever look at the torus, it looks like, literally from the top view, it looks like a donut. There's a hole in the center. It's the North Pole, comes around to the South Pole, and that's your electromagnetic field. But we as people and animals, trees, everything that's alive, has a biomagnetic field. Bio meaning body, biological. So when Mother Earth is going through changes, it affects her magnetic field, the torus. But it also affects us, much like, when people say, the crazies come out, on the full moon. And there's a lot of different activity and things that go on around the full moon because of its energy. But these are the types of things that they accelerate because of what is happening on all other fronts, so to speak. And I'm going to tell you what those are. I've mentioned it before that there is the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance is a device that Mr. Schumann, I believe it was around World War II, that created a device to measure the vibration of the Earth itself, basically from the core, because it's underneath the ground. It's just like within the crust of the Earth, and even further. Now, over recent years, it was like, whatever the measurement was, like 7 hertz or whatever. It's remained there at 7.5 to 8 for years and years and years since this device was invented. But as over the last couple of years, when we've had like the blood moons, the eclipse, there's solar eclipses, and of course, the lunar eclipses that are going on, different things that are happening with the planets themselves, it's begun to spike. I don't know what the highest spike was. I believe it was 38. It might be more, but periods where it would spike to a higher frequency. That frequency changes and affects the magnetic field of the Earth. Therefore, it also affects us now because we're connected with the Earth. Because we're also water. You got to throw water into the mix. Our body is 70% water. So you also have everything that is happening, like I just mentioned, with the moon. But then the other factor in all of this is the solar flares and solar activity that hit the Earth. If it happens to hit you in waves where it's hitting you directly, where you live on the Earth, then you're going to feel it more so than other people, because it's going to take a little while for the Earth to rotate, but they're still going to feel it, maybe not as strongly. So there might be a variance and a difference within one nation to another, or one continent to another, but yet it's still affecting and syncing up with Mother Earth. Now, I have seen and read where there is a correlation between the solar flares and the Schumann resonance, and I believe there can be some truth in that. So we just have to be sure that we're able to, bring ourselves to the point of the understanding that this too will end. In other words, we're not going crazy. We're not, having to deal with a bunch of stuff that is just going to tear us down. But yet, in a sense, it is tearing us down little by little, piece by piece, vibration by vibration, so that we can advance. It's like the phoenix, rising out of the ashes. But like I said, no pain, no gain. All right, so let me go back. I see some comments on here. I want to go back on those real quick. Jasmine Adams says, I haven't remembered dreaming in a while, but I do remember a red fizzy ball coming towards me, and I wasn't scared, but obviously amazed, and I've had that for a few months on and off when I sleep. See, again, this is really nice, Jasmine, because this just shows another example of how people are experiencing this shift and these adjustments, these recalibrations. And you'll see them happen in a lot of different ways. They could be more prevalent in your dreams. A lot of people have a problem with visualization. And so they might feel something. Or if they do see something, they're going to see colors more so than anything else. So there's a big difference from one person to another, but when you start to put them together, like from that post that I put up yesterday in preparation for this show, everybody is having some type of an experience, but a lot of them are having the problems with the head, whether they're headaches. I talked to my daughter today. She said over the last probably 3 weeks to a month, she's been having hellacious migraines, and they would leave as fast as they came. Again, it's all because of the recalibration, going from a carbon-based DNA to a crystalline-based. Loretta says last week her seizures were going crazy. Wow, Loretta, I'm sorry you have to go through that, but also know that it's part of the change for you. And what I wanted to say too for you guys is that even though it seems, like a problem now, it's going to get easier for us. And when I say us, I'm talking about people like us that are open-minded with an open heart to discuss and to listen and to learn to grow and gain the knowledge about what the process is and what's going on. Because what I'm going to tell you here in a minute, you're probably not going to like to hear. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. When everything happens, I've had a vision years ago of a tsunami that was coming towards me. And that tsunami was energy. It's an energy wave. It's a galactic energy wave. I'll put it that way. And when it hits, it's going to hit everybody all at once. There's no hiding from it. Uh, and mind you, it's not a wall of water, it's a wall of energy. In preparation for this, these minor adjustments and recalibrations that you're going through now, you're going to have to go through the same thing then. But the the good side of all that is that you're going to be able to come through it just fine. What I see, I talked to my mentor, one of my mentors a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking. He said a 30 to 40 day range, and that was the first week of this month. So, looking towards the end of the month, halfway through April, and April 15th is when the Mercury retrograde ends. So there's the possibility that it can come then. But what I'm trying to say is, people that aren't even aware that you know, they're literally asleep, walking around just completely out of it. They're just doing their thing and they don't know any better. They're the ones that are going to completely go off the wall. They're not going to know what's happening. They're going to think they're going crazy. They're going to be extremely sad. Some will be suicidal. Some will be very angry. And, you just have to be ready for it. And hopefully we'll cover another time there and how we can protect ourselves from that. Gabriel says energetic growing pains are caused because of the either fast changes or a resistance to change. It's also due to the acoustic strain. It's like a ball of energy being moved against an abrasive ball, and there's more. But yeah, there's some truth to that. But it's also in your perception and your intention and how you look at it and how you want to come through it. That's why I'm saying I don't think we're going to have a problem with it. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, like it is now, but once we get through the other side, like I said, you're going to be that weightlifter that says no pain, no gain mentality. That's going to say I can lift the most weight and break world records, kind of mentality. You're a spiritual warrior. You're here for a reason, and you can get through this. All of us can and will. So, let's see. Yeah, Loretta, you're right. There are a lot of people that are asleep. The nice thing is, what I see for the younger generations, what people call millennials, and the younger ones, kids, right? Like 10, 11, 12 and younger or whatever. These are the ones that they're already hooked up. They're going to be fine. I really feel that. I don't see where that's going to be a problem for them because they're here to help guide us as well. Because that's the beautiful part of it too, the collective consciousness that we learn from them, they learn from us, and it all comes together as there's a song that used to say, the dreams I'll never see, and there's another one that said, the dreams are dead and the child is gone. That's why I always tell everybody, dare to dream. Get that inner child back. You hook up to that, I'm seeing the awe-inspiring beauty and importance of our universe and universal laws in our world, and you become grateful for everything, and you find it is so simple that we were completely turned off track in our teachings. I was talking to Gerard this morning when he was doing his show, and I said, the future is in our past, not from what we can learn from the past in what we call this civilized world, but in what the ancient ways were that worked before this so-called civilization thing started. Because, in all honesty, that's a question I have for you guys. Who's to say that this is civil? I don't think our society is civil. If it were, we wouldn't have so many wars and people so angry and treating each other so badly and so on and so forth. So yeah, there's some things coming that are going to be some radical shifts for change, in consciousness. Um, so I mentioned all the galactic tidal wave and the solar flares. Okay, so part three: how can I, or you, lessen the symptoms? Now, I put it on YouTube last year called Back to Basics, and I know everybody's getting tired of hearing me say this part, but I'm going to say it anyway. Grounding. Grounding is very important. You have to ground in some possible way every day. Even if you only walk outside and put your hands on a tree and give yourself 10 seconds to breathe 3 deep breaths and just imagine being a part of that tree that goes down into the ground, the roots, and just let everything negative and all that residual energy just drain through that tree. It'll take it for you. Okay? The other is meditation. I know it's not easy to meditate, but some of us like to multitask. If we're eating, we're still on the phone. If we're taking a shower, we're still listening to the radio or the news. You can't do that. Okay? You have to shut everything down to quiet the mind. You have to just shut everything down. Grounding and meditation to me go hand in hand. You have to do it. You have to. And one of the things that I like to talk about is the white light orb meditation. And I think I'm going to take you through that here in a couple of minutes, so that you'll get it, and hopefully more people will join us, and they'll get to experience it. Drumming. You've seen me do some drumming here on the show. And again, if you don't have a drum, I'll sell you one. But seriously, go get something, a bucket. I put the lid back on one of those small bowls about so big around, and it was for not ice cream. What's it called? Sherbet. You sherbet. And you just take the spoon and just bounce it off the lid. That's drumming. Just make a sound. Just get some kind of a rhythm going, whether it's one beat and slow, or just go dun 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 dun, whatever. That's fine. Do what you want to do. Loretta says Serena says, I meditate in the shower, so it's relaxing. Serena, you can also do a waterfall technique, and where you put your head under the water and you use that water, pretend you're standing under a waterfall, and you're allowing everything to literally be washed away, all that negativity, because you can meditate and ground at the same time doing that as well. Loretta says the white light protection. Definitely. I love that. What was I talking about? Oh, and then walking in nature, even if you just walk around the block, helps. I know that's hard because I don't even do that now because of the weather. But then I do other things. And the next thing is herbal teas. Some people tell you shouldn't be drinking coffee and all that. I think it's personal preference. Who am I to judge what you do or don't do? So all I'm saying is to relax. I love mugwort tea myself, but we have different kinds of teas in the house. Green tea, black tea, regular tea, chamomile, whatever. Switch it up. Go get you some natural honey. It's a little bit on the expensive side compared to the store-bought stuff, but go to Whole Foods or somewhere like that and get some good natural honey, because that also helps your immune system, by the way. You can add lemon to it if you like, and then a little cayenne pepper. That's going to help. That's great if you do like a 3-day fast, because it helps you with all your nutrients. Aromatherapy, right, Leslie. You know, essential oils. I'm glad you said that because I forgot to write it down. That's another one. Just the aroma can help you. It connects with your senses. Of course, any type of incense or uh, sage, anything like that, is also important. Um, but these herbal teas is something that you're ingesting, and I find that's very, very important. Um, you don't have to do it all the time, but instead of going to Starbucks to get a latte, get one of those instead. You know what I mean? Um, and then, last but not least, along with the essential oils, are crystals and stones. There's a lot to be said about the mineral content of stones and the history and energy in them those stones, and also the crystals. Whatever you feel is resonating with you at the time, throw it in your pocket. Um, you know, like today, well, obviously I don't know if you can see this. Thanks so much for Stacy. She does some really beautiful work. This is one of her necklaces um, that I got from her last week. But also, I carry a little bag every so often, and I'll put, my pendulum in there, and this is like a shaman type crystal, and so I always try to carry something with me. The one necklace I have here, this is like a jade arrowhead, I believe, some type of jade. It's not green; it's a different kind of jade. I don't remember the name of it, but I wear it a lot. But I switch them out, depending on what I feel like wearing, I guess. And then to bring me back to grounding stuff, there's just a nice leather type of bracelet. I got a couple of them. It's just whatever is going to make me feel better. Uh, yeah, Gabriel, that's another great point too. Thank you for that. You can use different elixirs. You can look those up or talk to somebody that knows a lot about stones. You can put crystals or different stones. Now be careful because there are maybe a handful of stones that you can't put in water because it'll affect them and dissolve them. But most of them are okay. And when you put them in that water, then that'll also help you with your headaches and the different things with your sinus problems and things as well. Also, check online because when you use pressure points on your meridians, that'll help you literally relieve sinus pressure, and also headaches. Now, this whole thing about the temple, you ever wonder why people used to do that? Is because that there is a pressure point, and it will help with the headache. Another thing too is right up here underneath the eyes on each side of the nose. If you press, this is going to help with your sinus problems, and then also down here. Okay, so you can look these up. They're online. Uh, pressure points for those types of things, and also in your hands. You can look up a guide for what different areas of your hand that relate to, and with your feet as well. Reflexology is something that's been around for years. Excuse me, talking too much without having a drink. But those are really good ways of also relieving, some of this discomfort that you have. And so try different things. You have to do that. Gabriel's saying that you have to talk to your water and produce the intentions in it. Look for the results of a book that was written by Dr. Emoto about water. He took different water and he froze it, but used negative intention and positive intention with words, and the pictures are amazing. And like I said, we're 70% water. What are you telling yourself? What are you thinking about? Um, are your words, thoughts, and actions also affecting how you're feeling? Is it something you need to release or something you need to change in your daily life that no longer serves you for your higher good? Again, there's all kinds of questions. If you do Reiki, you can Reiki your water, you can Reiki your tea, you can Reiki anything that you drink, and anything that you eat. So do that, okay? You just make sure that you do use Reiki energy through your intention to help you get through that. Dora lost all her crystals in her fire, and she has sinus problems now. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited, and I just keep talking, and I'm not breathing correctly. Oh man. Oh, Dora, that is such a bummer. You know what you can do too is literally go outside when you get a chance. If you have a garden or don't have a garden, or if you go to, like I noticed, you go to certain stores like Taco Bell and stuff that they have stones out there. Pick up a stone that you're attracted to. Feel its vibration. Take it home with you. Trust me, they're not going to miss it. Okay? You have to think more positively, Serena. That's just it. If you're grateful about things, you can't find a reason to be depressed and think badly about yourself. Okay? You have to look at the world for what it is that you're creating and bringing into it. I don't, I can't say that enough. Man, you guys have given me some great input tonight. I really appreciate it. This is great. So that's basically it in a nutshell. I didn't want to go into a really long, drawn out explanation of everything that's going on and make it too hard for you guys. I just wanted to get, kind of get you up to speed of why you're feeling what you're feeling. Like I said, it's all about the recalibration and the reason for it, because of there's so much in our universe, in our earth, in ourselves that is adjusting. It's that recalibration. It's okay. And of course, like I just mentioned, some of the things that we can do to help ease that pain, the little tricks, the essential oils, the stones, the herbal teas, the grounding meditation. Uh, just just lean against a tree for 10 minutes, you know. And you might not feel anything, but I guarantee it's going to help. Use the pressure points, on your meridians. Look them up. That's the great thing about the internet. We have access to all the information for self-healing. And you guys can do it. Everybody can do it. Serena, that was because she says I'm but I've been put down my whole life, and it's hard not to believe it. Why? Because somebody else had an opinion of you. Personally, my dear, it's not none of your business what anybody might think or say about you. Uh, you know you, right? Are you a despicable person, or are you a loving person trying to educate yourself and move forward on your spiritual journey? I would probably think it's the latter. So you're spot on, and nobody has the right to judge you anyway. So the only reason you feel bad about it, or you think that it's hard to believe, is because that's what you've told yourself. So now you have the ability to make that change to say, hey, you know what? Maybe they were all wrong and I'm okay. And don't go back to your past to think about, the things that you did wrong or you did badly or whatever. Just screw that. Screw them. You're moving forward. Don't look back, because you're not going there. that's something I've said ever since I've seen it on was on a version of Vikings actually a couple seasons ago. Jasmine says, if I'm attracted to a shell or a stone or rock, can I get something from it? Most definitely. Most definitely. Everything has a vibration. Even if you were to see a wild animal while you're out and you find any of that, you understand too that they're there for a message. You see a, like an eagle. Every time I see an eagle, I'm just in awe. Being trapped on that, you know, in that traffic on the highway because of the accident today. Uh, the best thing that came out of that, I seen three red-tailed hawks, and one was freaking huge. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I would have thought it was an eagle, but I know it wasn't because it was close enough. I saw what color it was in the true size. Loretta says music is helpful also. Most definitely. Yeah. Um, she likes the Native American flute. I do too. I have one. I, I haven't played it. I haven't played with it because I can't play it. So I just play with it and make weird sounds. I'm better at drumming. But yeah, music too. You can, and if you want to rock out, go rock out. If you want to listen to something more mellow, do that. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah, Gabriel, that's a good idea too. Find something that you feel, like a group that to meditate on and actually pray for and put your intentions out um, to help a group, with a group, with a group to help a group, you know. And when that's another thing too. I'm glad I remembered this. Part of what the reason you're going through this is because, and you're feeling these things, is because of the collective consciousness that is amping up in certain groups around the world. Whenever you're feeling good, it's because there's something good happening that you are resonating with, even though you're not conscious of it. Again, you're not conscious of it, but there's also something happening somewhere that you're connected with, maybe in a past life or through relations or a friendship or whatever, or through the connection with on Facebook, that something bad is happening. Like when Paris got attacked, um, you know, there's a lot of people that they felt that. I don't watch the news every day, so I don't allow those things to come into me. I catch up on different stories here and there, but even then, I'll block myself, and that's by using. It's not even really blocking because I'm not protecting myself that way. A lot of people think that you have to do that. You have to. Oh, I can't do this. I got to block myself. I got to block everybody's energy. But the thing about it is, if you have your energy of love, and understanding, wisdom, and knowledge, and your true self worth as a spiritual being through the white light, you can push it all out. It's sort of like my sister Max told me one time. She really jumped on me about this. I got freaked out at this one place I went, and I literally got physically sick. And she says, John, Jesus never had that problem because he would go anywhere, and it never affected him negatively. And that was about 3 or 4 years ago. And so it gave me a different perspective of how to set my intentions and how to protect myself by being me and building up who I am and what I am as a spiritual person in my true essence of my true self. Therefore, moving forward, and it takes a lot of practice. It's a daily thing. Like even today. I mean, I came in the door, I was upset about this whole, traffic thing because, there's a couple of people that they're just not nice people, wanting to cut me off and this and that. But that's okay. I'm over it. I let that go. But like I said, it's just every day. It's something you constantly have to work on. But like I said, I walked in the door. That was, well, I've been on here 44 minutes, so about an hour ago. I'm over it. Now, if you would have known me 5 years ago, I'd still be bitching about it. you know, I'm serious. So I've come a long way, and I'm happy with myself for doing that. See, I'm like, okay, way to go, buddy. Good deal. You know, and you have to do that too. Be good to yourself. So hey, so I'm running a little bit behind on the comments here. Thanks, John. You know what? Listening to you and watching the comments really have made me feel not alone, and I'm not only the only insane person here. Oh, I'm definitely crazy. I'll never say I'm not. No, I'm in. My sister Max, that's what she says. She constantly that we all need counseling. And I did do a public service announcement earlier about the solutions to guns, and I wish I would have taken this with me today because people that piss me off or irritate me or offend me, actually, that's just my, you know, it's up to me and whether that they really bother me or not, and they're not worried about it. But from now on, if they do it, I'm going to grab my gun and just blast them.
Oh my god.
This is a minion fart gun. It makes me feel really good when I can do that. I'm just saying. So piss me off and you get. Because it's like I'm not going to waste my energy being mad. I'm just going to just whatever, okay? Because I'm like myself, uh, being in a good mood and happy and grateful and thankful than when I'm miserable. I don't care what, well, it's beneficial for everybody else too, but,
Hmm.
you know, hey, I like me better that way. It's what I want. It's my choice to be happy. You can make a choice to be happy. Isn't that weird? Oh my God, that's so crazy. You walk into work and there's somebody bitching, moaning, complaining, and everything's horrible and stuff like that. And then you ever notice how fast that catches on at work? And then everybody's like, oh man, just ruined my whole damn day. You don't have to. You don't have to. You really don't. You can choose to be happy. I'm sorry you're miserable, but shit happens. Get over it. Now, I'm not saying, if someone, has like lost their animal or lost a family member or something, be compassionate and empathetic to them. But if this is the kind of thing that they do on a regular basis, yeah, just blow them off, man. You gotta be like, you know, hey, that's just water off a duck's back. You got that repellent, right? Their bad mood is water, and it's just coming right off of you. No problem. Who cares, right? Oh, can we have a group meditation video? Well, Gabriel, you want me to tell you the one I have, or do you want me to make another one, or do you want to do it now, or all three, whatever? 'Cause I'm just catching up. I got carried away with the fart gun. I like it.
Mm.
I chased when I found it was still in the box. I was chasing my daughter around Walmart. She was 16 then. She didn't like it, but it made everybody else laugh. Oh my God. I seen this one old lady. She was really surprised as we come running past around the corner, and she just started cracking up laughing so hard. And it's like, all right, good deal. I made somebody happy. Oh my God. Okay. Gabriel has some good ideas. If you guys want to connect with him, and we can do that. We can get together and do some meditation and some drumming, and that would be fun. Trying to catch up. Let's see. Yeah, Jasmine, I'm a drummer. I wish I was a better drummer. I'd like to have a whole drum set and But oh, when I get my house, I will. I'm gonna buy one, just put it in one room. My daughter can sleep in the couch. I'm sorry, that's mean. Let's see. Boy, you guys are just really kicking it with all these comments and stuff. It's awesome. Let's see. Okay, so Gabriel posted something here. It says that the two sound videos I posted, you can just play those videos in a room to change the frequency in the room. And that, he says, that's what I've been doing, and it's worked. So that's really cool, Gabriel, because that's, again, what I was talking about, the recalibration. So when you're using that recalibration, or I'm sorry, these videos for that type of music, it's probably the ones that are at a different hertz, and that helps to adjust. Another thing that I love is HemiSync, HEMI-SYCH, and it is from the Monroe Institute. You can look them up on YouTube and listen to them. And if you use earbuds like these, what it does is it literally equals out the vibration between your right brain and your left brain, and you can feel the balance. It helps to center you. So yeah, that's another way that can help you go through this. Okay, man, I am so far behind. You guys are just killing it tonight. That's awesome. Whoops. And then my thumb. Jeez, I can't do this. I keep hitting the. And I'm going to go back and read over these things to you guys. I'm not trying to, ignore anybody or anything like that. It's just there's so much awesome, communication going on here. So, yeah, Jasmine says that I'd make a mad dad. Yeah, that's pretty much what I am. Ask my daughter. She's just, we have a really great relationship because she's just crazy as I am. She'll be fine. She's kind of conserved and everything else, and then we just, yeah, once it starts, oh boy. Can you post a link on your page? Serena, a link for what? What would you like? Oh, the HemiSync. Let me make a quick note of that. Yeah, I'll see what I can find. Because I also have them on CD, and I listen to so much different stuff. But yeah, I forgot about that. It's good meditative music. Even if you're not going to message or meditate, like Gabriel was saying, if you have this stuff. Oh, cool. He already posted it. There you go, hemisync.com. Thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate that. Okay. You guys are so kind to me. I appreciate you guys. I really do. It's a lot of fun. I love talking to you guys. Oh man, we're almost an hour in already. Jeez. I don't know. Do you guys want to do a quick version of the white light orb meditation? And I'll kind of run through it real quick if you want to. If you do, throw up some thumbs up or hearts. And if not, then we're going to finish this out. Leave it up to you guys. Yes, no, maybe. I've seen two. And I know there's more than two of you on here watching. Oh, excuse me. And don't forget to share. Share the page. Share on YouTube. Share on Facebook. Let everybody know we're here for you. Come on. Yay! Now we're getting a shitload of hearts. Everybody's saying yes. Okay. You asked for it. All right. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to concentrate on telling you guys what to do or how to do it. I'm sorry, I should say what to do. That's not cool, is it? So what I want you to do first is just relax. You can be sitting down or laying down, whatever you feel like doing. But I want you to try to get as relaxed as you possibly can. If you're in a chair or on the couch or whatever, if you're sitting up, uncross your arms and uncross your legs and put your feet on the floor. If you have shoes on, it's better not to. You kind of like move your, you know, little toes around, get comfy. Okay. Now I'm burning some sage here because I want you to become relaxed. I want you to kind of look at this for a minute and look at the smoke and thinking of all your thoughts of the day, and they're just going up with the smoke through your mind. Let this smoke take all your thoughts of the day out in a way. And just listen to the sound of my voice. And whenever you're ready, close your eyes. Take in a nice deep breath. Think about relaxing your feet. Move up through your legs, up to your knees, through your thighs, into your hips. Just imagine as you think of them, through your intention, they're just automatically relaxing. So you want to go around your waist and up through your chest, your stomach and your chest, your torso, and up your back. I want you to think about your fingers and your hands, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, your biceps, up into your shoulders. Everything's connecting now. Nice and relaxed. Think about your neck, releasing anything and everything there, any tension, your jaw, even your tongue. Think about your mouth and around your teeth, but the back of your tongue and your throat, just nice and relaxed. Next, we're going to move up to your cheeks and your nose. Go inside and think about relaxing all those sinus passages. Think of everything as fresh and pink and new. Think about your eyes. While you're doing your eyes, you want to think about the muscles in your eye sockets. Go up into your forehead. Take all the way around your scalp. Into the back of your head, the back of your neck. And just think of everything just enveloping like my hat, just going all the way up and covering up to the crown. Even your hair. Relax your hair. Make it nice and comfortable. Now what I'd like you to do is to begin to breathe in through your nose, nice and gently, but in a rhythm, and then out through your mouth. And what you want to do very simply is count on the inhale through your nose, 1001, 1002, 1003. Nice in breath. And then with the exhales, the same thing, 1001, 1002, 1003. Hold your breath for 1 second. Then breathe in through your nose for 3 seconds again. And 3 seconds out through your mouth, nice and simply, gentle. Hold for 1 second and just repeat that process a few times. Concentrating on the rhythm as you're breathing. Get nice and comfortable. Now what I'd like you to do is to think of a white light, an orb, about the size of a ping pong ball. It's already white, so you can imagine that. I want you to place that in the deepest center of your heart. Imagine placing it there, and it feels nice and warm. Now, with every inhale through your nose, concentrate on the size expanding larger and larger, and with every exhale, imagine with every exhale it grows in brightness. And keep breathing, in which with every breath it keeps getting larger and larger, and it's going to get to be about the size of a grapefruit inside of your heart, inside the very center of your being. And when you get there, it's also going to be so bright, it's going to be the color of lightning. You ever notice that whenever, even during the day, when it's stormy and that flash of lightning is so bright, there is no shadow. There is no darkness. Everything is illuminated. Now, when you've reached that point, that is the size of a grapefruit, and it is as bright as lightning, I want you to take a 5-second breath in, nice and deep, and a nice forced breath out through the mouth, just forcing it out like, and when you do, that orb completely expands and surrounds you. It surrounds your physical body and your energetic bodies. Think of yourself as like an embryo, a ball of energy within an egg. Because this orb represents that hard exterior where nothing can affect you. Nothing can get through to you that is negative or harsh or anything bad. Now I want you to think of a cauldron. This cauldron is placed right above your orb. Now it's still shining nice and bright, and it will continue to shine inward and outward. And what I want you to do is imagine that inside of this cauldron is a mirror-like substance. It's like a liquid. And I want you to tilt it until it starts to pour over top of your egg, and it comes down nice and evenly and surrounds the complete egg. The complete orb, I should say. And then, when it reaches the bottom, it's completely, nicely, beautifully covered, nice and even. imagine that it hardens, that now there's an outer shell, encasement around your orb, except now is stronger than any man-made product. It's stronger than steel. It's stronger than Kevlar. Nothing can penetrate it. And as you're here in your orb, nice and comfortable and fully protected, I want you to think about what you're grateful for. What are you happy about? What does love mean to you? Can you feel that love? Can you feel the connection with Source, with Creator, with Great Spirit? Tap into the universe. Feel that warm, loving, embracing glow that is now yours. Connect with your true essence of who you are. And while you're doing this, I want you to also, through intention, that if anything or anyone does come towards you to attack you, or to hurt you, or attach to you in a negative way, that you are now in the position to send everything back in love to the origin of from which it came. In other words, the source place, wherever that came, that it can and will not affect you. And think about how safe, content that you can be. You don't have to protect yourself. You're already protected. You can go anywhere, around anyone. Releasing the past, living in the now. Okay, now when you're ready, you can open your eyes, take a nice breath. Breathing is stabilizing your orb, your white orb of energy. Just come back to us. I know that everything's fine. Okay, so we still have 7 or 8 people with us, so what did you think? Did you do the meditation with us? How does it feel? Do you feel any changes in your physical body, or maybe the way you're thinking, or anything like that? And please share this meditation with other people. You know, and use it, you know, preferably daily. So now that you know that you have this here, it's on YouTube. If you can't find it on Facebook, it's going to be on YouTube. And you know that it was probably about 55 minutes in to the show when we started it. So it took us less than 15 minutes to do that meditation. And it's very simple. So this is always nice. All right, so Ann says that was awesome. Serena says, wow, I feel so absolutely relaxed. It was amazing. I kept smiling. Patrick's, he's going to try it later. Please let me know. Comment on here. Patrick, let me know. Gabriel says he feels more comfortable. It's like the parts that were cracked are filling in with healing energy. Okay, real quick. Now that you're saying that, when you do your meditation every day, you can do it a little bit quicker knowing that you already have that orb, but you do want to go through the process of forming it. So then when you get in there, instead of doing the cauldron part, unless you feel like you need to, listen to your guides and your higher self. But you can also check it, do a scan while you're there. Once it expands around you, then you can look and sense to see if there are any cracks or any thin spots or anything else like that where someone was trying to break through. And all you have to do is put another coating, of that mirror liquid substance on, and you're fine. Now, if you forget to do this meditation for a couple of days, I guarantee you that there's going to be thin spots and cracks, and you're not going to be feeling as well. That's why I'm saying this is an everyday practice. Incorporate it into your life. It's very important. Okay? Seraphis, that I started that meditation, like I said, probably about 55 minutes in, if you want to do just the meditation first. Patrick, I get it. We all got to cook dinner, buddy. It's all good. Leslie says she's feeling wonderful and completely relaxed and safe. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. That's why I'm here to share this stuff. Full of light and love energy. Serena saved the video to watch again. You're welcome, Gabriel, and you're welcome, Serena. Please don't forget, there is John Ravenwolf Bailey page, but there's also a John Ravenwolf Psychic Holistic Healer page. Make sure you like that, because that's where I put most of the more detailed posts about different topics, that we're all facing through, our spiritual journey. There is a couple of things up about this topic of Ascension symptoms and, what's causing it, and things that I thought were pretty good and insightful. They don't tell the whole story, but, it's still gaining information. It's all about educating ourselves. So make sure you do that. Please share this video and anything associated with my page that you like, with your friends. I that's all I can ask for, is if you'd be so kind to do that, because I want to share this kind of stuff with all of you, and that's what all of this is about. So anyway, I'm glad everybody had a good time. I like that. I love that kind of stuff. There's other techniques that I've learned over the years and things. That's something that I use if you come and do any type of energy healing with me, then I'm, always going to wind up doing this white light orb with you 99% of the time, unless I'm guided to do something else. So you want to make sure that you do this. Or remind me of it, if you want to do a reading, we can do that also in a reading. I'm thinking about incorporating it also in, or maybe something else. I'm going over a script for past life regression. Some of it's written, well, I'm combining scripts. And the reason they're scripts is because I go with what I know, but I also like to have something that's structured as well. Jasmine wants to know, can I do that some other time? Yeah, I can do it. That's what I'm saying. I can do it almost any time. So, like I said, what you guys have to do is you check it out. I was about 55 minutes in when we started it, so you don't have to watch all of this. But like I said, you might want to, because we're talking about all this, Ascension stuff that we're all experiencing. Because it's just important, to be a part of the collective consciousness, because that's what you're experiencing too. I think some of us are linked up, with each other, and it's a shared recalibration, which is nice, because that means we don't have to take it all on by ourselves. Leslie says, I have trouble meditating. I do guided ones, but the person's voice has to resonate with me for it to be more effective. So thank you. Maybe consider putting some guided meditations on YouTube. That's another thought. I have so many irons in the fire right now, Leslie. I'm sure, I can probably do something like that in the future. I just really got to get a lot of things started and finished. But it's all going to happen when it's supposed to. So I know, I really would. Thank you, Serena. I wish my voice was like Mike Rose. Returning the Favor came out with a new episode again last night. I posted it today. I love Mike's voice. He does voice work and voiceover work and things like that, but he also does the show. And wow, the man's got it. You know what I mean? Mike's close to my age, and he's funny. I would love to meet the guy sometime. Maybe give me some voice lessons. I don't know. All right, you guys, it's 9:15. Been on here for an hour. I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna try my best to get Pam on Thursday night, I believe, because the new moon is coming up. She's always got some great insight, and how that works astrologically. Seraphis is excellent with that. So what I might try to do is do one show a piece, or kind of split it up between the two of them. We'll see how it works out and if they're available. And so I'm looking forward to that. Once more, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate and love all of you. Dare to dream. Enjoy life. Choose to be happy. And if you don't, I'm going to blast you. Take care, everybody. I'll see you Thursday night on Raw Light. Bye-bye.